Alright, the best thing of 2017. Probably the birth of my niece. That was pretty cool. The worst thing is Donald Trump was still president. I don't like him. How is school going? It's going alright, I guess. I don't know. I'm not failing. Holidays. They're good. My birthday was on the day of Thanksgiving, so that was kind of, yeah. But it was a good time. New Year's, I went to this person's house, and where my friends were there, and we ate cake, and it was a good time. Except my friend spilled apple cider. Best song of 2017. I don't know. I'm gonna say any song that Frank Ocean dropped in 2017 was a good song. Best movie of 2017. Call Me by Your Name. What am I doing summer? I'm going to Europe, and that's like about it. I don't know what else I'm doing. If you're not at APK, where would you be? I would be dead. Probably. No, I wouldn't be dead. I don't know. Home, watching Netflix. Hardest thing between now and the end of school, trying to get straight A's, because I'm trying to have a 4.0 GPA. Okay. Plans for next year. Well, supposing I was a senior, my plans would be to go to Florida State University. Yeah. Hard thing about high school was probably just getting through it. I mean, like, I didn't have a hard time in high school, but everybody has their own struggles. So I had mine. It was just kind of learning to push through, seeing the bright side of things. Advice for the underclass: don't come in expecting it to be a breeze, but also don't come in stressing too much. Like, take it easy, but then also at the same time understand the pressures you're being given. So, like, go along with those. Memorable moment in high school. I don't know. I mean, I won junior class president, but that's not that big of a deal. So, I don't know. Just being recognized is pretty cool. What did I learn in school but not in the class? I mean, you learn that not everybody's going to be your friend forever. And, I mean, that's more of a, not really a specific thing, but I learned that. You're not going to be cool with everybody forever. What will I miss about high school? Being able to have my parents pay for a lot of things. Stupidest thing I did in high school. And what would I go back and change? There's certain people I spent time around I wouldn't spend time around. I don't know. Teacher I'll remember. I'll remember Miss Gardner. I'll remember Scahill, of course. I'll remember Miss Schaefer. I don't remember my parents, but they were my teachers, but still. Where will I be in 10 years? Hopefully, I'll be doing something with music. It's kind of what I want to get into, so I'll be somewhere with that, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. Memorable moment in DNN. Just everything. All the conversations we had about, like, do birds have dicks? Scahill's life and times. Just everything we tried to talk about was memorable. Stupidest thing, DNN. All the times people like messed up during broadcasts, like Jade Collins not cussing out, but cussing in the middle of the broadcast, right as Mr. Martin, the principal, walked in. One thing Scahill did in DNN that's memorable. All the times he called me out for my race. Like, I'm mixed, but bro, He always trying to make me say what race am I. Like, I'm both, bro. Who do you want to thank? My mom and my dad for putting up with me. Skate Hill for putting up with me. Schaefer for putting up with me. Most of my teachers for just putting up with me. And how do I want to be remembered? I want to be loved. Like, I don't want to be like the kid who like tried too hard to prosper in high school, but I still want people to remember me as like, oh, that's one of my favorite students I've ever had. He was a cool guy. You feel me?
Okay, my name is Jade Collins, and today's date is September 27th, and I am a sophomore. Now, school was a bit boring so far. Good, but boring. Nothing much exciting. No boyfriend, no nothing. And my favorite song right now is Believer by Imagine Dragons. They are the best, in my opinion. And the last movie I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And the reason why I liked it so much was because of Baby Groot, and he's adorable. And also Star-Lord, which he's, well, of course, cute and everything, Chris Pratt. And the most memorable thing that happened this year, at least, is that I went to Yellowstone National Park and Grand Teton National Park. And at Yellowstone, we saw cute little baby bears that they look like they just came out of the den. And they are so adorable. And they're on their hind legs and everything. And looking like puppies, basically. The mom just kept looking around and trying to find food. What I'm looking for this school year is something not boring, which I believe is definitely going to be in Scalehill's class, and AP World History. And shout out to Mr. Anchel. He's awesome. And my 3 goals I have for this school year is 1, keeping my grades to an A and B, mostly A's, at least 2 B's in my schedule. 2, have more friends to get to know and trust. And 3, possibly to earn a boyfriend, which is not really a goal, but still. But if I want to put another goal is to explore more. It's to go out in my neighborhood and explore because we have these huge golf courses. What is my favorite fast food place? Arby's, because I love their chicken sandwiches and their fries, curly fries. The oldest photo I have on my phone is baby sea turtles in a bucket. And the baby sea turtles are so adorable. And the reason why is because in Grand Cayman, they had these rare sea turtles that are endangered. And so they help them go across the beach. Like we clean them first, and we put them back in the bucket, and then we take them up on the beach where they're hatched, and we let them go on their own at that point. And yeah, we were in Grand Cayman there. The last time I laughed really hard is basically every day, because I think it's my guy friend's goal to make me laugh every day. But if I would say so, I would say where my sister was running on an 5K inflatable course, and she decided to run, and she went smack into one of the inflatables. Like, she just went face palm, and then the rest of the way she just slid down. So that was funny. That was hilarious. And a couple of major school events is homecoming and the plays. That would be 2 of the major game events. I don't know if I'm going to go to any of the football games. I might, but I don't know for sure. The biggest change, I believe, is more experience and maybe even more maturity, even though I'm like very mature, like for some reason. Everyone keeps saying that. And also another goal is that I hope that I change by the end of the year is maybe to be a little less talkative. Like I'm talkative, or maybe like have the guts to actually talk to more guys to get more guy friends, because I still get a little frightened around guys. And the song I could describe right now is Survivor. Like, for my whole entire life is Survivor, but for right now it's like a happy song, like a Disney song, like in Moana. And yeah, and that's it.
Alright, this is my most memorable place because it's where my friends hang out and a lot of crazy stuff happens all the time. Like, food gets flown everywhere for some odd reason. My backpack got messed up. And so yeah. Stop it. Hello, my name is Jay. Not gonna say my freaking last name because you don't need to know my personal life. You don't need to Google search me. But anyway, I'm gonna answer some questions. Don't know if you care or not. But yeah. And so the first one is, where do you spend most time at besides home? Well, that's gonna be kind of difficult to film there because I'm not allowed to go there without someone, aka my guy friend. So I can't film it there, but it's out usually in the golf course, which I don't really go there anymore because, like, he stopped. But anyway.
That is not true!
It's true! What are you talking about? It's not true. It is true, and you know it.
Hi, guys.
When was the last time you seen him?
I'm her little sister. I'm just saying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ignore her.
I
for
have
like 5
fallen and I
seconds.
can't get up. I have fallen and I can't get up.
But where will I be at in 10 years? Away from her. It's psycho.
Did you ask number one?
Already did number 1.
Okay then.
She's apparently my favorite person, which I regret choosing her already.
Hi.
You need to stop. Okay. She is my little sister. Say hi.
Hi.
And she's weird and a freaking psychopath.
Hi.
But anyway, I'll be 26 by then, so I'll be away from her.
She'll be moved out. She'll own 10 cats and she'll be alone.
I am not
Hashtag
owning
life.
10. I'm not 10 cats. No. No.
Hashtag life.
I'll own 2 cats, 2 dogs. I'll
too
be
much
married
animals.
by then. I will be married by then.
Probably.
And I'll probably have a kid.
or you'll
by
die
then.
alone.
I
Either
will
way.
not die alone.
And your kid will be...
You'll die alone.
Your kid will be too much. You'll be always tired. And yeah, because you can't take care of
Can
your
you
kid.
not?
You're having problems with your kid, and you're like,
Can
oh
you
my
not?
god, this is so tiring. And then you
Can
ask
you
your husband, but your husband's already at work. See,
Okay.
look, I already planned your future.
Look, she already planned her
I-
life ahead of me. Wow. Okay. What
Let
was
me-
your best memory last year? Well, that's easy. Was in the cafeteria, and I haven't told you this actually. And
You haven't told me anything.
no, I haven't told you anything
Because
because
I Google
like
searched you.
creeper, stalker. But anyway, it was at lunch, and there was these juniors that always sits next to us at the table. There was me, my best friend at the time. Across from me is my guy friend I talked about earlier, and then his friend. And so we were all together, and Elizabeth just finished eating. Yeah, her name is Elizabeth. Not going to say her last name. There's tons of Elizabeths at my school anyway, so. And she just finished eating from her packet, and my guy friend decided to pick it up, and as he picked it up, he didn't realize there were crumbs in there, and it scattered across the table. Like, literally, it went all the way over there near the juniors. And it was like far apart. It didn't even touch them. And they turned around and started going off on us. And so my guy friend was not the happiest person. And we had to leave because I was afraid he was going to do something. And so, but before we left, we heard them say, "Oh my god, these dumb freshmen." And we thought, dumb is the best thing. Like, we didn't say it. We said it as soon as we got out. And we're like, dumb is the best thing you can come up with. Like, and we called ourselves the Dumb Freshman Squad. Like, it was hilarious. We just came up with a joke from it. So, stop ripping my paper.
I didn't rip it.
You didn't rip it. Liar.
Are you accusing me of ripping things?
Who was your most memorable teacher? That's easy. You know who it is. I have 3, actually, but, you know.
Mr. Floor!
That's right. She knows him.
Yeah, he's a 6th grade teacher, and I'm kind of in 6th grade, so, like, I pass him all the time, and I'm like, hey, do you know my sister? And he's like, yeah, and then every time I pass him, I'm
Of course
just
he
like,
knows me.
hi,
That's-
Mr. Floor!
Get your hair in my... out of my face. But yeah, it's Mr. Floyd, and the reason why is because I had math with him in 7th grade, and he hates math. He doesn't like math, but he teaches us to it anyway. And the reason why he became a math teacher was to keep it exciting, not as boring as other teachers. My other teacher is Miss Nobleza because I feel really comfortable around her, and I can talk to her easily. And the last one is Mr. Anchel. Godchell, that's all I gotta say. Because he is the most amazing teacher ever in the world.
What was that other one you had, like, what, in 8th grade?
What other one?
I forgot about
And I don't...
He was my substitute.
Mr. Taylor? Is that who you're talking about?
I think.
I don't... Ignore her. I never had any conflicts with my teacher.
Wait, what?
And
Did you had... Wait, that's bad grammar. Did you had any conflicts with your teachers?
the grammar fixer over here. She says everything's bad grammar.
If so, who, why, and what happened? No conflicts.
I did actually have one conflict with my teacher.
Oh.
Hold up. I'm gonna... she was so freaking... I'm not gonna say her name,
It says who.
but... It does?
Yeah, it says who.
Okay, Mrs. Brule. Her. Doris says teacher. She was really nice. And then me and Jordan were sitting next to each other. The entire class was talking. And she was like, okay, you need to move. And she moved him. Because we were talking when the entire class was talking. I was like, are you kidding me? Everyone was talking. What was your point? It got both of us mad. He kept saying sorry to me. I'm like, look, Jordan, it is not your fault. And she moved him because of his grades. Like, his grades was bad, but I wasn't doing anything to it. He was doing his work, and I was doing my work. Like, what's your point?
When you affect someone's grades.
It didn't affect his grades.
What did I do? Did I change his grades?
What did I do? Oh,
Nobody
God.
will know. Somebody's figured out my secret. Oh, no.
But then the next thing that happened was I was writing a book. Yes, that's one of my hobbies at the moment is drawing and writing. Don't
I have to
worry about
fix the grammar in her book. She has bad grammar.
it. I don't
I'm
have
just
terrible
saying.
grammar.
I'm
You know what?
just saying.
I want to choke you right now. Okay, anyway. But, yeah, I was writing, and she comes up to me. I had no work. I did it all in my class. And she was like, do you have any work to do? Like, she looked at my paper that she has us write down if we're doing any work. I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, look, you need to do something more productive than writing. And how about you read instead? I was just like, okay. And she walked away, and I acted like I was reading, then I went right back to the book. I'm like, I'm not reading. I'm reading right now as I'm writing. What's your point, Mom?
No, technically not.
If you have her, change out of her class, because she...
Who?
Miss Brule, because I don't like her.
You know she'll probably see this, right?
I don't care. She needs to see it.
When you get sent to the office.
Excuse me, Jade. Have you been talking about this teacher?
No, I just said my conflicts because that's what the question
That's what the question asked. Okay, anyway. What was the best film movie? The Sixth Sense. That was a good movie. I liked the twist at the end. Also, Miss Peregrine's Children? That's what it's called?
Miss Peregrine's House of Children. I don't know what it is, guys.
I think that's it. Why do you keep saying guys?
Woman too.
What are you, a YouTuber?
Ladies, woman.
That's our future, by the way. We're gonna become YouTubers and like do video game tutorials.
My point is to make
And
people
animation.
laugh.
Which you probably are right now, because you're a psychopath. But
I don't.
you're weird. Look at that face.
No.
What is one thing you remember that Scale said or did this year? I know I skipped the question. I'll go back.
Wait.
To it. That would be anything he talks about Thiago, because I remember for the entire day. I
Who's
even
that
giggled
person?
in front.
What is that? What does that mean? Man, I'm stupid.
You are stupid. It's called a teacher, Caitlin.
Oh, that's a teacher? I'm sorry, teacher who's out there. I'm really sorry.
He's the one watching this, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry then. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. No, I just saw I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. In fact, if I have
It's a good thing you are leaving when I'm a senior, because then she'll come along. You don't want her. You don't want her.
When she
You
goes
don't
to
want
college,
her.
I'm going into high school, so I'll see you guys all. Don't.
You won't see Skay though. He's leaving when I'm a senior.
I'm sorry. How'd you pronounce that? Scale.
Good thing you don't have her. Okay. Anyway, as I was
she
saying, it was anything you say about Thiago because
I'm sorry.
I even Google in front of my friends about it. And the most memorable moment is whenever Thiago walks into the room. That's my most memorable moment because
Who's
whenever he
Thiago?
walks into the room, he makes some smart remark, and then you make some smart remark, and you guys have like an entire conversation with smart remarks. So yeah,
Team
effort. Okay.
Team smarts.
I didn't say smart. Okay.
The room gets awkwardly quiet.
What would your dream job be? That would be a veterinarian, archaeologist, or an explorer.
A painter.
I am not
carpenter.
that good of an artist.
A carpenter.
A carpenter. Okay. But I would also like to be an author as well, kind of like a hobby, you know?
Like J.K. Rowling.
An animation. J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is an author to begin with.
Don't judge me.
I'm judging. Here, hold this. Talk about your life story.
My life story is, it's pretty boring. I don't think you guys want to hear it. So let's continue on with the questions. I'll go ahead and ask you the questions. This is an interview. I am
What?
now your interview host, whatever you call those guys. What question were you on? If you could describe your school year in one song, what would the song be?
It would be an awful song that has never been invented because
No, the song
school's
would be
terrible.
Wait,
Okay.
Is this
How about
about
Survivor? Because
I'm a survivor?
I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. Cause I'm an awful singer.
Obviously. Okay, dokie.
Wait. Let's sing our favorite songs. Here,
But that's not what the question says.
Who cares what the question says?
My favorite song is Making My Way Downtown.
Walking fast, faces fast. I'm on now. La, la, la. I'm awesome like that.
Okie dokie.
There it is. I found it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Invite your favorite person
Which is not
to
you.
be in your video diary. Explain why they are your favorite person and have them say something.
She's my favorite person because she keeps things fun. And she's the only person who hasn't stabbed me in the back. Yet.
Say something.
Thing I'm giving up on you.
What? It asked for me to say something, and I did. I sang the song, Say Something. Accept me.
Say something about me. Jane!
You're good at writing books.
Thank you. So nice of you.
Even though that book is about murder, but we can't judge her.
Okay, this is my short story that I'm gonna read. You got that?
Please don't.
I will. Now, face it.
Please
I
don't.
want them to see your reactions as I'm reading it.
Both of us aren't. My arm's not very long.
Yeah, your short arms and your
We could
shorty.
try and set it up on something. I have nothing.
That's not gonna work.
Iron Man helmet did not work. Wait, so now we can go like this and turn it, and then I can kind of move out of the way.
That's an awful view. Pick it back up.
It is. Oh yes. Now both of us are in it.
Turn it back where it was before.
Okay then. Sorry to make you guys dizzy. It's not really, kind of is my thing, but oh, fine. I'm not gonna be holding it. I'm just saying.
Stop shaking it around like you're dying or something. Okay. This is called The Slaughter. I wrote this during biology.
It's not gonna stop shaking.
Oh my freaking gosh. Put it on the laptop.
Put it right there. Don't
Look at that. See? Look at that. Look how easy that was. Oh my god. Look.
Friends forever.
She's not my best friend.
Yeah,
She's an
Best
acquaintance.
friends forever. See, look, that one of the sharks is me, and one of them is my bestest friends.
Which you have none.
I have a ton of best friends.
Really? Sure. Sure you do. Okay, anyway.
I want to read the questions. Ooh, she's ripping papers.
Alright, I'm gonna read. You can read the freaking questions. Alright. A white wolf with amber eyes sniffed around the rocky plains, trying to look for food. She used her giant paws to move rocks aside in order to see if there were any edible creatures there. But once it was in the afternoon, she finally gave up. She had something more important to look after. She padded back the way she came, doing her best to avoid sharp rocks that can cut her delicate paws.
Sharp.
You good?
No.
Okay. Every now and then she would jump from boulder to boulder. When she
Why
got
are you
to
reading
a
this?
large boulder that stuck out high above the other rocks, she took a look around because I want to see you suffer. Can you stop doing that with your hair? You're like in the way, like, oh my god, Caitlin. No! Bleh! I'm gonna stab you in like 5 seconds.
I'm falling. Ow, 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 ow.
And you fell in 5 seconds.
Oh, that scratched my back.
You good? You look fine. Okay, anyway.
Alrighty. Wait, we should finish up the questions.
I technically already finished. We can finish them after I read the book.
The entire book?
It's not a book, it's a short story. What do you not understand about short story?
B-O-O-K. Wow! Ew. She tried to lick me.
Good.
Don't test her, guys. Don't test her. No.
Why do you keep saying guys?
Woman too. I'm not trying to be like... I'm not trying to be... Like,
God, you're just a feminist. Okay, anyway.
I am...
Alright. She saw that she was on something like a rocky hillside, covered from tiny pebbles to large boulders.
This is boring.
Nah, dip, Sherlock! The colors of these rocks were quite fascinating. Some were in the range of sand-colored to light brown or gray, while others were the color of sunset and even red. The wolf started to pant, the heat of the sun beating down onto her white pelt.
That's
She
me every
welcomed-
day.
in the heat of Florida summer.
Exactly, you're bad grammar.
She welcomed the cool breeze
Oh
which
my god, you
ruffled
have
her fur.
blisters.
Those aren't blisters.
I mean, yeah, whatever those things are called. I got them off from Monkey
She's-
Bars.
She sniffed the air once more, catching the scent of something unexpected and familiar. She turned around and saw a steep cliff face. The entire cliff face was a large boulder, with a large crack running down from top to bottom. As the crack gets closer to the bottom of the cliff, it got wider, creating a cave entrance. The wolf walked up to it, saying, "Nika, I'm home." At that, a little white pup with green eyes ran out. You're a terrible actor. Fine. Mom! It barked happily,
Mom!
running up to her. The little pup was small and looked to be at least 5 months old. "Did you find any food?" the pup asked. The mother bent her head. Her eyes and body language answered the Can't stop. Little pup's question. You're not reading this. The pup sat down and started to whine. The mother lay down next to the pup,
Are you almost done?
using her paw to pull the pup closer to her.
That face, though. Yeah,
Don't-
we need to finish the questions. Okay. Mr. It's a guy,
Not yet.
right?
Don't worry, Nika.
Wait, it's a...
I found something better.
it's
The pup looked. What?
your teacher.
Ow!
Your teacher.
Hmm?
Your teacher.
What about my teacher?
What's their name?
There?
Yeah.
There's 2? Oh my god. There's 2 teachers. Believable.
I'm sorry. Is it,
Ignore my idiotic sister.
it's a
Ignore her. Ignore her.
it's a he, right?
Yes, it's a. Oh my gosh, she got something right for once.
I'm
amazing.
sorry. I kind of forgot. What was the name? It was is this his name?
Don't worry, Nika. I found something better. The pup looks like
Scano?
curiosity
Scano?
in its eye.
Scanhill.
Scahill.
Oh, Scahill. That's your teacher, right?
Yeah.
It's Mr. Scale.
Yes.
Okay, Scale. How you doing? First off, I'm doing fine too.
He don't care about you.
Yeah, he
Go
probably
cry in a
doesn't.
corner or something.
We have to finish the questions. Don't
We have to
You
finish
agree,
my short
right?
story, which is part of my job. Thank you very much.
You agree, right?
No, he doesn't agree. He wants to hear the rest of the story. Thank you.
How do you know that? Tell us who you agree
Because
with.
my stories are very interesting. That
Tell
even my
her.
own biology teacher couldn't take her eyes off it to answer their kids' questions. So yeah.
Tell
Anyway.
her who you most agree with while she continues her story. Okay, next question. Oh, the poor paper. Look, she's
You
ruining
have?
the
Nika
paper
asked.
you gave her.
No one is.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Wow. Oh, this is comfortable.
The mother nodded. When I was out looking for food today, I caught a wolf scent. Like a wolf pack? Nika asked, jumping up suddenly, full of energy. The mother nodded. At that, Nika pulled away from her mother and started to jump around excitedly. We are going to have a pack! We are going to have a pack! Nika repeatedly said. As she jumped around, the mother looked up at the sun position to see it had reached a bit over the midway point. Well, if you're going to make it to the wolf pack, I suggest we get going now, the mother said, interrupting the little pup's chanting. Nika stopped jumping around and walked to her mother's side, ready to go. The mother stood up, back on all fours, looking across the rocky plains, trying to find the best route for her and her pup. She led the pup across the rocky area. She picked up Nika every now and then to jump across from boulder to boulder. Soon the amount of rocks in the area decreased into a more forest area. The sort of grass felt pleasant under the mother's paws. Nika, however, had no idea what the grass was, since she had always been living in the rocky area. She stepped on it, barking happily on how the grass felt on her paws. The mother couldn't help but laugh at her daughter's reaction. It's called grass, the mother informed her. Pup, as
For
Nika
your
rolled around
information,
in the
it's grass.
The pup! All the pup saw was rocks! Don't judge the pup! What did the pup ever do to you?
Yeah, but trees grow in between rocks.
No, they don't!
Yes, they do.
That's called a bush, not a freaking gigantic tree.
Wait a minute.
Okay, anyway.
I gotta exercise. It's important. I'm getting fat. Help me.
The mother informed Pup as Nika rolled around in the green grass. The mother looked up to the sky to see that the light blue sky was beginning to turn orange.
You'll get it. What? The sky turned orange?
Oh my freaking god.
Why would the sky turn orange?
The sun was beginning to set.
Oh my
The
god!
mother nudged her pup upward.
Illuminati confirmed. Like the sun was freaking setting and it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What the heck?
They've been walking for hours.
Oh, you have?
Oh my freaking god. Where's your imagination?
Where's your imagination?
You know what? I'm gonna kill you after this video.
Guys, wish me the best of luck. Woman 2.
There you go, again. Okay, anyway. Ignore her. Are you done?
I'm dying over here.
I hope you are dying. Anyway, come on, let's get moving so we can get to the pack before dark. Are you okay? Ignore her, she's an actor. She's not dying. Good. You say quiet for now. God. Nika trotted in front of her mother, sniffing every single new thing that she saw. Nika went over to a dark brown trunk of a tree.
I'm dangerous.
Looking up, she saw many branches from thick to thin, carrying
there's the
star-shaped
questions.
leaves
All right, question
on each
number-
branch. What about this, Mom? What is this? Is this a type of rock? The mother laughed. No, sweetie, that is a tree. There were many different types of trees around this place. Nika looked absolutely amazed. She looked at every single tree that crossed their path.
Is that tree? Paper.
Really? Paper? I don't see it anymore.
You just hit the wall.
Ignore me.
Ignoring you.
Nika saw a
Alright,
bush
everybody
that held bright red berries. She moved up to the bush. Her mouth watered as the berries' plumpness looked appetizing. The mother blocked her pup quickly and said sternly, "Do not even think about eating those berries." Nika was taken aback by her mother's all of a sudden stress and fear of food. "These berries could kill you, even if you eat one. They are very poisonous. Do not eat them. Do you understand?" the mother explained. Nika nodded. "Now run along and don't go eating random things," the mother called out as Nika went over to sniff a flower. As more time went by, the sky grew dark and the stars lit up the night sky. However, the canopy of trees covered most of the stars' beautiful display. "Mom, where is the moon?" Nika asked, trying to look through the canopy of trees to find the silver globe. "It's not in the sky today. The moon is allowing the stars to shine brighter than ever," the mother informed, smiling at her pup's fascination. The mother became alert when she heard a crack, as if a twig broke. The mother sniffed the air in the direction where the sound came from. She caught a scent she was hoping she would never smell again in her lifetime. "Nika, when I say run, run." Nika looked at her mother confused. "What do you?" Then a loud bang sounded, and something whizzed by her mother's ear. "Run!" the mother called out to her pup. Nika turned and ran as fast as her little legs could carry her. The mother followed just right behind. The mother looked behind her to see a tall, shadowy figure carrying something silver. Then the figure held up the silver thing. Another loud bang sounded. Then the mother yelped, collapsing to the ground, as something painful hit her back leg. Nika skidded to a stop and went to her mother. "Come on, Mom, get up. We have to keep running," Nika said urgently, trying to push her mother off the ground. The white she-wolf stood back up on all fours, ignoring the sharp pain in her leg. Then she heard loud barks. She turned around to see a large pack of dogs heading their way. The dog that was leading the others was lightly tanned with a black back and paws. The mother picked up her pup and started to run as fast as she could. She winced as the pain in her leg increased when she stepped on a sharp rock. Yeah, the mom's not being very... Well, she's actually being pretty smart, but still. Oh. And I'll explain why. And this relates to biology, by the way. Soon the barking of dogs fell behind them. The mother slowed down to a fast trot. Once she was sure they were safe, she stopped, setting Nika down onto the soft grass, licking the top of her head. "What was that, Mom?" the pup said, sounding terrified at their experience. "That was Man and his hunting dogs. Don't worry, I doubt we'll see them." A loud bang was heard, cutting off the mother's words, but it did more than just that. The mother collapsed onto the ground, a small circle wound on the side of her head, dripping with blood. "Mom?" Nika said shakily, trying to recall what just happened. The mother's sightless amber eyes stared right into Nika's scared green eyes. Nika walked over to her mother's side, nudging her. "Mom, get up. We have to go." "Mom, come on. Mom, get up. Mom!" Nika called out in despair, throwing herself on her mother's side, burying her head in her mother's fur. She looked up across from where she was to see a bloody clearing. Wolves' bodies littered the field. Some had wounds like her mother, red circles in their heads and sides, while others were ripped to shreds, blood still swelling and squirting out of the wounds. She saw dead pups there as well. Some of the pups seemed like they just came out of the den. One pup was even still squirming, fighting for its life, until it became still. The pup looked at the clearing with eyes wide in horror, tears still streaming down her cheeks. She heard rustling in the bushes. The pup forced herself off her mother and ran into the bushes at the far clearing. She looked out where the mother laid. She could now see the creature her mother called man. He stood on only 2 legs, wearing something that she guessed was to blend into the trees. His skin was pale, and the only fur she could see was on the top of his head. It was black, along with his eyes, dark as if there were no stars in the night sky. In one of his giant paws, he had something silver. Nika guessed that it was what killed her mom and most of the other wolves in the clearing. The man bent down, grabbing the mother's neck fur, pulling it to hold up her head. "This will be a fine trophy," the man said, in a deep, rugged voice, "along with all my other ones." He dropped the mother's head. He put 2 fingers in his mouth and made a loud whistle. The pack of dogs Nika saw earlier came to him obediently. The dog that was leading them walked up to the man. "You've done a good job, Daxter." The dog barked at his owner's praise. "Come on, boys. Let's get the truck." Nika watched as man and his pack walked through the bushes. Once Nika couldn't hear their paw steps anymore, she crawled out of the bush she was hiding. She sniffed the air. All she could smell, though, is blood. She decided it wasn't safe here anymore. She turned around and fled, moving away from the bloody clearing. She kept running until her legs started to ache. She allowed to a trot, huffing and puffing, trying to catch her breath. She looked over to see a tree with an opening like a cave at the base of the trunk. She turned and trotted over to it, crawling inside. She lay down, curling into a ball. She was still shivering, tears rolling down her cheeks. She can't be dead. She can't be dead. My mom can't be dead. Nika kept telling herself over and over again. Then she shot her head up as she heard a crack in the forest. What she saw was something she totally didn't expect. Now that's my short story. I know, it's awful. It's terrible. You don't have to tell me twice. Kaylin! Forget her.
Have you finally finished your boring book?
No one needs you anymore. Go back down the freaking stairs, loser. Ow! You're welcome. What is one of the major thing that you learned that you did not learn in a classroom?
How to write a book. Sadly, not grammar.
That, and as also who to trust and who not to trust. Don't trust her. She's a little liar.
I'm not a little liar.
But who will stab you in the back and who will not? Isn't that right?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to read the last one.
You read the last one.
Let's read the last one though. Is there anyone at Apopka High School who would like to think? Oh, you would like to think.
No.
And why?
No. Keep going.
Well, yeah, you can thank your teachers.
No.
She says thank you to her teachers. Let me say it for her. Thank you, all of Jade's teachers, for teaching her how to do certain things. How to do
Like the polygram theorem. I totally need to learn that.
There you go.
Totally need it.
There you go. Thank you, Jade's teachers.
And move on to the freaking next question.
Alright, here's the last one. Wrap it up. How do you hope to be remembered? By me.
I hope to be remembered to be the best sister ever, which I totally
No,
am.
just by me. I'm just that one person in the background who's just like, hey, oh, shiza.
I hope to be remembered by either A, protecting and defending my friends, like friends are supposed to do.
Yeah. Persons.
Being a good friend, a good person, unlike most of the people in this freaking world.
Yes.
Stop
Persons.
mimicking my sister.
Yes. persons.
And yeah, I can't do that.
What, this?
Yeah, that.
It's so simple.
You know it's not simple? You. Just you.
I know, my life is so complex. So
No,
amazing.
it's not. It is simple, but it's hard to explain because your life is so boring that no one wants to know about it.
Exactly.
Well, that's about it. And
That's it, guys, and we'll see you guys all. Wait a minute.
bye.
I'll see you in high school, freshmen. That's right. I will find you.
Hi, I'm Hannah Maestri, and it is September 26, 2017. I'm in 11th grade. School so far has been going pretty good. It could be better. My favorite song right now is I don't know. My favorite song. I don't really have one. What was the last movie you saw, and was it good or bad? I saw Kong Skull Island. It was pretty good. The CGI was excellent, but I see a lot of CGI in movies nowadays, so it's kind of overused. What is the most memorable thing that has happened in the first few? People are actually talking to me. That's not normal. I move a lot, so people talking to me and wanting to get to know me more is definitely different. I've got new friends, and that makes me really happy because I was friends with a lot of bad people last year in this beginning of the year. So I'm happy that there are new people. What are you most looking forward to in this upcoming school? Driving myself to school because the bus smells like ass and I can't do that anymore. Lacrosse. I play on the lacrosse team. My mom says I have to make varsity, and if I don't make varsity, then I can't play at all, ever again. What is going to be the hardest thing about this upcoming school year? Keeping good grades, because I signed myself up for AP classes, and I'm not the smartest person, but I'm definitely gonna try hard to keep it up. 3 goals that I have for this school year: make varsity lacrosse, try to tell my friend off for wearing an anarchy beanie, because I really like it. Straight A's. I've never done it. I want to do it, but we'll see what happens. What is the oldest photo on your phone, and who is it? The oldest photo on my phone is from last year. It was my 16th birthday, and David Whalen took glow sticks and put them through his gauge earring hole things, and then my friend's mom made him a headband out of glow sticks, and it was a really nice picture. He's probably gonna see this. When was the last time I laughed really hard? The last time I laughed really hard was never. I don't really laugh hard enough, do I? I've been giggling the entire time, but I've never died laughing. I can see there being a lot of opportunities for me to laugh hard because it's a new year and new things happen, right? What major school events do you think you'll go to? All of them. All of them. I've gone to all the football games so far except for one, the talent show. My friends are in chorus and drama, so I'm definitely going to go out there and support them. Homecoming and prom, that's a must-do for me because I didn't go to homecoming 9th or 10th grade, and nobody liked me enough those 2 years to ask me to prom. So we'll see what happens. What do you think is going to be the biggest change in between you now? How I act, my mentality, my outlook on life. I think that I'm very cynical, and I think of the worst, and usually I ruin the chances to do fun stuff for myself, and I want to be happier and a better person, and I want to make people smile because that makes me really happy to see others happy. And I just want to be a better person overall. So if that can happen, then that tells me that anything I do can happen if I try hard enough. If you could describe your life right now in one song, what the... Imagine Dragons' Believer. It's strong. It kind of empowers you, and I like that. It says I can get bonus points if I sing. That's not happening, because I wrote a note to myself not to sing, and yeah. I'm going to use the last, 3-ish minutes to talk about stuff, I guess. Boys, guys in general, don't lead people on, whether it be a boy or a girl or both. If you're into that, don't lead people on. That's not all right, okay? It hurts a lot to think that the person you like could like you and that they don't. And it's stupid. It's a douche move. Don't do that. Girls too. Don't be petty and date your ex-best friend's boyfriend, because that is so stupid. That's the best advice I could give you right now. In high school, relationships are not important. It's your grades and your friendships that you need to keep up. You need to have good relationships with your teachers, because who knows what they could do for you in the future. Your grades are important because college and your testing, and if you do good on that, then you're going to do great out in the real world. But high school is not about relationships. That's all I've got to say. It's not about who had sex first or who kissed who first. It's irrelevant completely. And it's not about lying to your parents and keeping these big secrets from them either. It's being truthful to yourself. And had I known that in 10th and 9th grade, I would have been a different person already. But I have to make the change now. So don't be douchebags. Get your shit together. Yeah.
Come to the parking lot where you go see crows eat trash food and fights, or you find out that your boyfriend's cheating on you with another girl in your car. Yep. Parking lot.
Probably in California with a dog. I don't know. I think someone fell down the stairs last year. Skate Hill. Not because he's the teacher that I'm doing this assignment for, but he's just alright, I guess. Job math. Looking at you. You put my grades in way too late, man, and my mom grounded me for like 2 weeks because you didn't put my grades in. So, I want to talk about that. Scale testing. Shut up, sit down, and stop bitching. Something that makes me money.
This girl is on fire! Hey, I'm her favorite person. I've been talking in accents because I am stupid. Hey guys.
One thing I didn't learn in a classroom. Don't touch people you don't know. I'd like to thank Tori and Maddie and Allie and all the friends that actually stuck around and I didn't have to drop.
That's me.
At Apopka. I'd like to say F you to all the people that I did have to drop. You're all toxic as fuck. Have fun. The girl with like the bestest friends ever.
Click, click, click.
My favorite movie, like this entire year, had to be Forrest Gump. It was good. It was funny. I grew up with it. It was awesome. What's up? Welcome to my favorite place, the lacrosse fields. I live 3 minutes away from here, so I had to choose it. I guess this is kind of school-based. It's not really. This place is important because this is where I played lacrosse, practiced for it all the time, made really good friends, and learned to hate myself. That's my car alarm. I hit my button. Anyways, yeah, learned to hate myself due to some unforeseen social circumstances that had me hating me and the sport and other people. But I still think this is an important place. Even after everything that happened, I can look past that and remember all the good stuff. Like, I tried to climb that tree and I fell from it, which was, it was all right. I didn't break anything, except my confidence. But yeah, lacrosse fields, that's where it's at. I still come here to practice sometimes, even though I'm never gonna pick up my lacrosse stick ever again after this. Bye!
The most memorable thing that has happened in the first week of school is, well, I was at McDonald's and there was this crazy lady. She kind of started chasing us around the place and trying to hug us, and she couldn't really speak English, so it was kind of weird because she just kept following us around wherever we went. And the thing I'm looking forward to most this school year is taking the BACE, which is like a big medical exam and everything that allows me to get my first certification. The hardest thing probably about this school year is keeping my mouth shut whenever people start talking shit. My 3 goals for this school year is keeping my 4.0 GPA, keeping up with my social life while still working, and then trying not to get overwhelmed with all my AP classes. My favorite fast food place is Chick-fil-A. And the oldest photo on my phone is a picture of my boyfriend, and it's, don't really know how to explain it, but it's from when he was little. If Scahill would zoom in on it so you can actually see. Okay. And the last time I laughed really hard is when my sister kind of sort of got mauled by our dog. Because what happened was the dog doesn't like her as it is, and she thought it'd be a good idea to like start pushing him off the couch and everything. So like she walked out of her room and the dog started chasing her around the house, and when she tried to like run into her room, the dog sat there for a good 5 minutes staring at her door, trying to get to her to finish attacking her, and I was laughing pretty hard. Okay, the major school events that I think I'm going to go to this year are the playoff games, if we make it that far, and prom, hopefully. And the biggest change in me between now and the end of the school year will probably be my friend groups and who I am as a person, hopefully becoming a better one. Okay, and if I could describe my life right now in a song, it would probably be Always Vibing by Cashed Out. Okay, ninth grade center.
God, I
spent a lot of time, and it's the most memorable. And then I needed a person, so here's Kendra. Okay, so in 10 years, I'll probably be a labber in something boring. The best memory of the last year? Oh wow, fuck you. Okay. But best memory of the last year is probably not going to class, because classes.
No, it was meeting me.
Okay, no, I didn't meet you this year though. Wait, no, there was the micropipette thing and me crying during the bass.
Yeah.
Most memorable teacher and why? Well, that would probably be Miss Groen, because she's rad. Memorable moment in the class. Well, Thiago spilt shit everywhere.
The thing with our tongues and the taster.
No, not in that class.
I fucking tell you.
Thing that Scahill said. He talked about throwing kids off cliffs a lot. Dream job after I graduate. Well, microbiologist, duh. If you could describe one song, what would it be? I really don't know. We're just gonna go with The Rut, because I don't care. One major thing I did not learn in classroom. Well, people are assholes, but I already knew that. Anyone I want to thank? I'll thank Kendra, because she's letting me use her phone right now.
Also, because I'm the best.
Yep. I think I skipped some, but it's okay. How do I hope to be remembered? I really don't, because I don't like any of these people, but, you know, it's chill. Okay.
Ma'am, that is rude.
I'll be remembered as the chick that probably did a lot of stupid shit, but it's all right.
Okay, my name is Madison Tryon, and I'm filming on September 19th, 2017. I am a sophomore, and school so far is very stressful because of grades, and it's really boring. What is your favorite song right now? It's called In Case You Didn't Know by Bright Young, because I love country music. What was the last movie you saw, and was it good or bad? The last movie I saw was It, which was that clown movie. It was really good, like how they had the plot and like everything flowed together, but it wasn't as scary as I thought it was gonna be. The most memorable, I can't even fucking talk, oh my god. The most memorable thing that happened in the first week of school was at one of the football games. The stairs that go down and then like go up to the student section, I actually slipped and busted my ass, and it was so embarrassing. And yeah, what are you most looking forward to in this upcoming school year? I'm honestly looking forward to Spirit Week, because you can like wear whatever you want and you can express kind of who you are with everything, and also more football games. What is going to be the hardest thing about this upcoming school year? That's going to be keeping up my grades and turning in all my work on time, because I did that bad last year and I don't want it to happen again this year. What are 3 goals you have for this school year? My first one is to make it to districts in high school soccer, because we made it last year but we didn't win, and I want to try again this year where we win. My second one is to have all A's and B's, because last year that did not happen. And my third one is to get asked to prom, since I'm only a sophomore. I went freshman year, and I'm trying to go like all years. What is your favorite fast food place? Okay, that is by far Chick-fil-A. Like, if you just like want to give me some, then that is totally fine. What is the oldest photo on your phone? Who is it, or what is it of, and why have you kept it? The oldest photo on my phone is actually of me. I was at a photo shoot, and I kept it because I thought it looked good. So, when was the last time you laughed really hard? Okay, this was actually a couple days ago.
my friend Jaden and James, they were talking about they were talking about who liked, I wouldn't say, okay, like small or fat vaginas, and it was just so weird, and I was so uncomfortable, but it was so funny. What major school events do you think you will go to this year? I know I'm going to go to homecoming. I hope to go to prom, and I like to go to all the football games. What do you think is going to be the biggest change in you between now and the end of this year? My attitude and who I become close with, because I don't like fake petty bitches, so. And if you could describe your life right now in one song, what would that song be? It would be Blind by Jason Derulo.
Okay, so my favorite person is Kylie because she's one of the many few that can stand my OCD-ness.
Especially during early childhood boards.
The most memorial spot in school to me would be the football field because of the Friday night lights. You just meet so many new people and you just have such a good time helping support the team.
Hi, my name is Madison Tryon, and I will be doing the final video diary questions. Where did you spend most of your time other than at your house? That would actually be in my car where I am right now. I feel like I basically live in here. I have like all my clothes in the trunk, and yeah. Where will I be in 10 years? I think I will be hopefully graduated from college and just starting to start up a family with someone. What was my best memory of the last year? That would be during third period early childhood education. We were working with the kids on an activity, and one of the 3-year-olds named Mikhail comes up behind me and starts licking my butt. Who was the most memorable teacher and why? I actually think that would be Mr. Chabot. He teaches photography, and he just gives like good advice and good tips, and he actually like goes deep into learning about things, especially photography, which is something that I really like. Did I have any conflicts with any teachers? If so, who and why? The only teacher that I would say I would have a conflict with is my second period teacher, World History, Miss Speranza. The reason why is because she's really late and behind on putting in grades. Like the day before grades will go in for progress books, she'll just now put them in instead of whenever you turn the assignment in, she puts them in, which is really bad because it messes with our grades. What is the most memorable moment that happened in this film class? I wouldn't say there's really a lot. It would probably just be one morning, like a dragonfly accidentally flew into the room and everybody was freaking out. So, what was the best film that we saw? I would honestly say the best film that we saw that I liked the most would be Benjamin Button, because it goes really in depth with the story and is different of how he ages backwards from being born old to dying young, which is really cool. What is one thing you remember that Scahill did or said? Probably be just he calls everyone like a jackass. He always picked on those two people in the front, calling them a married couple and telling them to stop watching porn, and it was just like really funny. What would be my dream job after I graduate high school? My dream job would be to become a professional soccer player, since I've been playing for 11 years and it's just like my life and I love it, and I like to get a good scholarship from it. If I could describe my school year in one song, what would it be? It would have to be Crazy Bitch by Buckcherry, because all the people in the school are just crazy bitches and they're so annoying. What is one major thing that I learned that I did not learn in classroom? I mean, I learned it in classroom, but I don't know what else to say except for never get behind on work because it will bite you in the ass. Always try and stay on top of it and turn it in on time. Is there anyone I would like to thank? No, I don't like anyone. And how do I hope to be remembered? I hope to be remembered as this really outgoing and physical, good in shape girl. I don't want to be going down as one of them hoes. So yeah, thank you.
Alright. the best thing that happened in 2017? Finding a good group of friends to hang out with. What was the worst thing that happened in 2017? I don't know. Nothing really bad that happened. I don't know. There's not much bad stuff that happened. Number 3, how's school going this year? Bad, good. It's going pretty solid, you know, grades, easy A's, you know. I'm just too damn smart, you dig, you know what I'm saying? Alright, how were your holidays? What was the one thing that happened to you that was a good thing? I got, what was it? I'm not sure. What did I get for Christmas? I got a lot of money and gift cards, so like that's pretty amazing. What did you do New Year's Eve? We always go to our friend's house, who's like kind of family to us. It's my dad's like best friend, and like we always go there, and it's fun. I like it a lot because like our family's really small, and like our family's boring too. So like, you know, I don't want to see them that much. What was the best song of 2017? XL Tour Life Lil Uzi. You already know. Freak Gucci Gang. That song's trash. What was the best movie 2017? I don't know. I don't watch movies. Let me think. I like that one Thor movie. That's pretty good. What plans do you have for summer of 2018? I'm going on a cruise. I'm just gonna chill with my friends. It's my birthday in the summer, so I'm gonna get stuff for my birthday. Like new headlights for my car, so that'll be good. If you will not be at a popular high school, where will you be? Well, I will, so skirt. What is going to be the hardest thing to do between now and the end of school? Just finish. Like, okay, so right now, I'm past the 39 weeks low-key. So, like, our teachers keep giving us, like, stupid projects that have no meaning. Like, absolutely none. Like, I did a project on airplanes. Like, who cares? Like, no one cares. You know what I'm saying, dog? But peace, dog. You know what I'm saying? Skirt. Sorry for that. It was kind of cringe. Alright, bye. Alright, what plans do you have for your next year? I'm gonna be a senior. What was the hardest thing about the last 4 years? I don't know. Waking up early. Just annoying teachers. What advice do you have for underclassmen? Just don't slack off. Like, just keep, because like once you're a senior, you can't redo it. So just keep striving. Like me, because that's what I did. I'm a savage, you know. What was your most memorable moment from high school? I went to a party. Got kind of skirt, and then my dad picked me up, and then I went home and threw up everywhere. It was kind of AIDS, you know. So, what is something you learned in high school that you did not learn in the classroom? I don't know. People be fake. That's facts. What are you going to miss about high school? Just like being a kid. Like, I'm not a kid, but I'm a teen. But like after high school, I'm finna be an adult. I ain't trying to do that. So, what was the stupidest thing you did in high school? That was pretty much my number 4, which was what was my most memorable, which was get drunk and then ask for my dad to pick me up, which was completely retarded. But anyways, if you could go back and change anything that happened in high school, what would it be and why? That again, because now and then like after that, my parents went like crazy and like they just got suspect about like everything. So, who's the teacher you remember most and why? Skadoodle, you know, because you're chill. and you're not annoying. Yeah, no, that was really nice. You're welcome. Where do you think you will be in the next 10 years as you get ready for your 10-year high school reunion? Hopefully I'm married and rich, but probably not, but I hope so. Like, I don't know. I just hope I'm rich. That's all I want in life, to be honest. What was my most memorable moment from the D&N class? I'm not sure. I guess the wedgie. What was the funniest thing that happened from the D&N class? Me farting on everybody, because it's kind of funny, but like it's kind of disgusting at the same time, but like it's kind of funny. What is the one thing Scahill did in the D&N class? I don't know. Just mocked people and like made them mad. Who do you want to thank? I would like to thank absolutely nobody, because I grinded on my own. Just kidding, I don't know. I don't really want to thank anybody. I guess my mom for packing my lunch every day and doing my laundry, actually, yeah. Thanks, Mom. How do you want us to remember you? The kid who sold candy, who was funny, who farted a lot, which was kind of funny, but also gross at the same time. The guy who was swole, you know what I'm saying? That's it, I guess. Peace.
Hello, my name is Owen McDaniel, and today is September 28th, 2017. I am a junior at Popka High School, recently transferred here. How is school so far for me? I'd say I love it here. Like, it's a great place. Lots of good people. Sports are great. Just great atmosphere. What is my favorite song right now? Oof. I'd say that's really tough. I'd say anything by like Lil Uzi or Young Thug. Yeah. What was the last movie you saw, and was it good or bad? Last movie I saw was It. It was alright. It was kind of lackluster. I was kind of just making out the whole time, so I didn't really pay attention. What is the most memorable thing that has happened in the first weeks of school? Most memorable thing for me, I say just like meeting new people, hanging out with them outside of school, you know, just not giving a shit. What am I looking for the most this year? I'd say probably like prom, because it would be the first time I'll ever go prom. And I know it's lit. What is going to be the hardest thing about this year is actually coming here. Because school sucks. Everybody knows it. And I hate it. I'm just here because I'm forced to be here. What are 3 goals I have for this school year? I'd say 1, pass school, pass 11th grade. 2, not like keep my reputation good, because like I just don't want to look like an asshole. 3, I'd say show up. My favorite fast food place by far is Chick-fil-A. Chipotle and Tijuana Flats are a close second. The oldest photo on my phone, honestly, I don't even know. Probably maybe a picture of me when I was younger. When was the last time I laughed really hard? Shit, that was last night. That's because my dad was making fun of me, so I laughed. What major school events do I think I go to? I'll go to all of them. Like, I love homecoming. Football games are fun. Prom's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. The biggest change for me in between now and the end of the school year It's probably how my attitude, how I look at things, and maybe a couple physical things, but that's just about it. If I could describe myself, my life in like one song, I'd say it's Kelly K by Playboy Cardi. And I'll sing a bit of it. Yeah, I only fuck with dead hoes, white hoes, let's go. And that's the only thing I got.
Alright, here's my American High final questions of video diary. Where will I be in 10 years? That's a very hard thing to say. Honestly, I think I'll be out of college with a degree and hopefully working on another degree. My best memory of the last year was probably all the fights at Pop High School. Those are pretty funny. And also probably all the baseball games and stuff that I played in. They're all fun. The most memorable teacher I have actually, it's probably actually Yusuke Hill. I actually look forward to coming to your class. A lot of the classes I have, I don't look forward going to. And yeah, you make your class fun, more fun than how it actually should be. Yeah, I respect that. I did not have any conflicts with any of my teachers this year because this year I was just focusing on like just getting my schoolwork done and not having time for other things and like such of that nature. I mean, yeah, all my teachers are respectful. I just follow directions. I'm just trying to get in, get out. Not trying to make my life harder than it actually is. So there's that. The most memorable moment in your class this year is probably watching a lot of movies that I never watched before, like Forrest Gump, Star Wars, Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is actually my favorite movie we saw this year, Jaws, other good classic movies that I got ridiculed for not seeing. So thank you for exposing me to those. Yeah, the best film I saw, in my opinion, would be Perks of Being a Wallflower. I don't know, just production was A plus, great cast, great plot, and it's also a good book too. One thing that I remember you saying this year is always making fun of Jesse. That was pretty funny. Yeah, and also like some of your voice impressions are really funny too. Like whenever you do those girly voices or yeah, we're like that's pretty funny. That's really funny. One thing that I remember you saying to me this year is that you'd have my dad on speed dial. That was pretty funny because it's true. And also, you being amazed at what movies I didn't see before entering your class. I think I had you in awe for a little bit, not seeing any of those good movies. My dream job after I graduate high school, actually would be becoming a lawyer. And yeah, I'd like to be a lawyer when I grow up after high school. If I could describe my school year in one song, that's tough to say because it's been a weird school year for me. Like lots of ups and downs, and yeah, it's just boring. But song I'd say is any Young Thug or Lil Uzi Vert song really describes this year. If I could think of one in particular, is Check by Young Thug. One major thing that I learned in that I did not learn in the classroom was to be more focused on myself and be a better communicator, because you don't really get taught communication skills in high school. You have to find that stuff out on your own, learn how to deal with different personalities and egos, to say the least. Uh, People that I want to thank is particularly my mom. She gets me through a lot of my problems. Any friends in particular that I'd like to thank is probably Colin, because he was one of the first friends I made at Apopka, and I hang out with him a lot throughout the school day, and he's just someone I can talk to about a wide range of things, and he's always got something to say that's funny or controversial. So, yeah. And how do I hope to be remembered? I hope to be remembered as someone that is like genuine and caring, and someone accountable person, because accountability goes a long way in life. After high school, after anything really, like once you start working a real job, a real profession, you have to be accountable 100% of the time, no matter if you're right or wrong. And yeah, I hope to be remembered as someone that is genuinely a good person, which is very generic to say, but it's tough being a good person nowadays with all this crazy stuff going on that I see every day in the news, mainly Twitter, and how everyone just bashes each other nowadays. So I try to be authentic and still be nice to people, even if they don't deserve it. Sometimes you just gotta put on the front and go along with the flow. And I'm signing out. Owen McDaniel, class of 2019. Alright, this is the most memorable place at Apopka for me, because we won a lot of games here and it was really fun. And this is also the place where I spent mostly after school and not at the house. So this place, I was here a lot, like every day for a few hours. It sucked. Hey, this is my favorite person, Jared. Even though he lost our papers for the class of 2022 videos, he's still my favorite person, man. Say hi, Jared. Hey.
This is really awkward. Okay, my name is Yesenia Flores. Today is, I believe, September 28, 2017. I am a freshman. School so far isn't what I expected, that bad at least. It's boring, but it's high school, so I thought it would be less hard, but guess not. What else? Well, I guess the goals I have this year is to have good grades, make more friends, and better friends, because I tend to not make good friends, I guess, because they're always either ignoring me or just don't care. So I'm like, okay, need new friends. But yeah, fun fact about myself, my favorite fast food place is McDonald's, so yeah, that's a good thing there. Something I've laughed so hard about was when I was at the beach with my family and my brother and my other brother and me. We were all inside the ocean, and then out of nowhere, a wave came, like a really big wave came and pushed my brothers down. That was really funny. And like every time he kept trying to get up, he wasn't able to because of the what you call it, the wave. Sorry, the wave kept like hitting him, and he kept going down. So it was just funny. I couldn't stop laughing. But yeah. What else? Oh, well, This is awkward. Okay, the oldest photo I have on my phone is of my brother again. It's a really stupid photo that he has. He looks really retarded in it, but yeah, I use it. I still have it because I use it to like blackmail him to buy me food. So yeah, I guess that's a good thing. Don't know what else. Oh, okay. Uh, I'm not very good at these. Okay. Hopefully, will be able to attend a game. Maybe not. I'm not sure because I don't really leave my house that often. Because yeah, as I said, there's nobody that I consider to be close people to go with to a game, and plus, I'm not that into like going to games or concerts or stuff like that. Only if it's something worthy, but no, there's not much. What else? Okay, random thing I will say. I'm trying to, look for like things to do. So if I'm kind of bored, I really don't do much in life. I just sleep, eat, and do homework and go to school. That's my life right there. I don't leave. I don't do much. Don't really have a really boring life. I can say that. Yeah. I should. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I normally do this at my house. Yeah, it sounds weird, but I normally do this, so I'm kind of used to it. But still, I'm surprisingly nervous. Yeah, because normally I'm either being ignored or stuff. So I'm like, I don't really care. But okay. Yeah. This is just getting more awkward and awkward every day. I'm very quiet. I don't really like talking that much. Only if I know you like real good, but that's pretty hard to get there because I have a lot of trust issues with people. So yeah. Oh, I do curse a lot, but I try not to, at least, because that's my new goal of this year. Because yeah, I don't think I should be doing that, but whatever, who cares. Well, besides that, I probably would get smacked by my mom if I do curse in front of her, but okay, that's not much of importance here. Because yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm very awkward. Yeah, I don't like being in public situations. I'm not very social. I mean, my family's very social, but then there's me that's not social at all. So like my mom, every time I go anywhere to a party or something, my mom, she's like, go say hi, and I'm like, I'll just be over here in the corner eating my food. Like I don't like leaving the house. It's just weird for me. But yeah. Anytime I leave the house, it's normally just because of food or because I'm just bored at my house and nobody wants to talk to me. So yeah. This sounds like it's a really depressing one now. But you know what? Who cares? We're going to lighten this up a little bit with a nice goodbye because I have nothing else to talk about. So, good day, people. So one of the things I remember from film class was when a kid had screamed Josh like 5 or 6 times because he wanted to finish the movie because he's never seen it. And it was pretty funny because he's like a type of kid that talks a lot but like doesn't really make funny comments sometimes. But yeah, that was one of my memorable moments. But yeah. One thing I remember Mr. Scahill saying was the phone song. I don't really know or remember how it goes, but it was like a remix of like something about Go Blue Daughters or something like that the school that the school made during the DNN. So yeah, that's one thing I kind of do remember. In 10 years, I really hope to be maybe in college or law school because I want to be an immigration lawyer. But yeah, maybe with a nice stable home and financially stabled. Have a whole bunch of puppies because I love dogs and cats too. I love both. They're cute. But yeah, maybe already bought a home for my parents and yeah. That's all. Maybe, hopefully. One of my best memories of this year is when like my friend we all decided to bring like slides to school, and my friend, she got mad at all of us, and so she started throwing us the slide, just like a Hispanic mother would do. She would throw the chancla. So yeah, that was pretty funny. A whole bunch of people just stared at us like crazies, but that's what we Hispanics have to deal with at times. So yeah, she just did that the entire time. One of my most memorable teachers would be Miss Brennan, because she was always there for me. Always pushed me to like do the best I can in school, and you know, like, she wants me to achieve things that I didn't think I could achieve or will achieve, you know. But I just, I don't know, she seems like a person I would remember because she's always helped me, specifically in my freshman year, where it's like the most important apparently. And like, I was going down that path where like I was like, no, I don't care about my freshman year, like. But yeah, she has a point. Freshman year is important, but here I am now, still struggling. So yeah.
Conflict with one teacher. She was my geometry teacher. Well, it's not really a conflict, but it was more of my conflict, because I was very frustrated with her a lot because I needed help and I didn't really like to ask for help, so that was kind of my problem. But there would be a lot of students and she wouldn't really pay attention to me. I'll take forever to like raise my hand, and I have to wait there for like 20 minutes until she got to me. But yeah. So I did get really frustrated with her because I didn't understand anything I did in that class, besides how many numbers I have and how many fingers I have in my hands. And then this geometry teacher, personally, I feel like she didn't teach well. No offense.
One of the best films / movies, or whatever you want to call them, was Miss Peregrine with the Peculiar Children. I like that movie a lot. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I really thought it was cool. I liked how like they like edited everything, and then like how it gave you like the mysterious vibe and stuff, but like it was not really that mysterious. And plus it was like a recap, I think that's what you call it, of like oh, not a recap, I mean like how like the glow up, I guess you can say, of the main character of that plays Hugo in one of the other movies that we've seen previously about time. And yeah, it was like really cool because we're like, oh, he was just a little kid in the other movie, and then bam, he's like a teenager or an adult or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So one thing I learned outside of class or school, was learning that life isn't just because you want it to be like that way. It's just whatever goes. Like, follow it. It doesn't matter. Like, don't force it. In other words, like, because I tried to force friendships, but wasn't able to, and like, I had to let them go. They were leaving, and I had to let them go. But yeah, that's everything I had to do. So yeah, that's something I didn't learn in class. So yeah. Maybe one of my dream jobs would be maybe, being an intern in a law firm, because like I want to be a lawyer, immigration lawyer specifically. But yeah, maybe an immigration law firm, yeah, specifically. So it'll be nice because I'll enjoy it, because then I'll learn new things about all those things and stuff like that. And I personally think it'll be a cool, interesting, thing. And like, it's not like I'm not doing what I want to do, because I want to do that in the near future, but why not start early? Like, why not? I hope to be remembered as a child, or the person that achieved their goals and that is a valedictorian, which most likely is not going to happen because those grades aren't looking nice. But yeah, I want to be remembered as a person that actually tried her best and actually made it in the future. Like, a person that was successful. That's what I was thinking for. Successful, and achieve all her goals and everything, and made the best of the year she possibly could. Like, I want to be remembered as that person. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I also want to be known as a kind person, but I'm not really kind. I don't really, like talking to people, because I don't like to get close to people as much as many people think I do, but I don't. I find that really hard. So yeah, but because I'm pretty rude and very brutally honest to people, which yeah, not many people like. So yeah, I try to be as nice as possible, but like sometimes I gotta lie, and sometimes I don't even know how far I can go with those lies because I'm not very good at holding lies.
Okay, so these are my friends. This is Brittany, this is Rosalia,
I don't think she's recording.
she is. And I'm very close friends with Brittany because she has been there for me for most of the time. And what are you doing? And then I'm friends with Rosalia.
Sadly, just kidding.
Because I'm friends with Rosalia because she's also been there for me since middle school, both of these two.
Annoying
and then
her,
I've
like
met her
always.
technically this year. Well, actually 8th grade year, but we've been close ever since.
Shout out
but
to
yeah.
the people walking in the background.
But yeah, you guys want to say anything?
Well, Yesenia,
I was forced to
I've
do this
known
video.
Yesenia since I was a kid, but we never really talked because I thought she was weird.
That's true.
But honestly, I've come to
Antisocial.
know her, and she's very sweet and always supportive and there for me.
She's not sweet, if we're gonna be real. She's like the meanest person I've ever met. But she's so real. Just kidding. Just a little. But yeah, we love her. Just a little.
We love you.
How about you?
Oh, okay, Yesenia. Oh, I'm not kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's really supportive. She gives me food.
Always got you with the food.
Yeah, I swear.
Out here trying to make us fat. Like, I gotta be in a
She
diet
got good
now.
grades. I've been pushing her.
Good grades?
Yeah,
That's debatable. That's debatable.
Alright. You know, when we're always together, we gotta be talking about that cheese man.
They don't know what cheese.
We gotta be on board with the cheese
Sooner or
man.
later in their lives.
Okay, what else? She's pretty cool, fun to be around with.
She gets annoyed by everybody
She
really
can
quickly.
dance.
She
Real
can
good.
dance. She's single, ready to mingle.
Yeah, come and hook her up.
All of us except her.
Nah, I'm taking it. I'm just kidding.
But yeah.
She's always trying to hook us up with a man.
No, I'm not.
But you're gonna have to like cut some of these out.
Yeah, I know.
You're pretty cool. You're pretty cool. You're fun to be around with.
Oh, thank you.
And fun. Funny too.
She's chaparra. She's small.
I'm pretty sure they can tell.
And I'm small too.
I'm the one basically holding the camera, so like, you know, I'm taller than all of them.
Right, yeah. Cut. See.
One of the songs that would describe this school year would probably be I Hate You, I Love You, because it's like a love and hate relationship with school because like I like it because like I get to see all my friends and like I basically I get my education to be able to get more money in the future, so yeah, that's maybe why. And yeah, I also like it because I'm like I get to meet new people and you know finally make new friends like I did this year. Congratulations, finally made it. But the only thing I don't like about it is that the fact that I have to wake up early. I have to listen to people and listen to teachers specifically that sometimes I feel like they don't know how to teach, but whatever. Plus, I feel like I starve a lot during school, so like maybe that's why I chose this song. And plus, like I hated it because like there were some people I just like did not want to see at all anymore. I'm like, I'm done with you, kid. Like, go away. Like, like I don't care what you do with your life. Just go away. Like, I don't care. So that basically happened too. So yeah. Yeah, no, basically just
Okay, so this is one of my most memorable spots because it's Miss Brennan's classroom.
Shout out to Miss Brennan letting us record here.
Yeah.
You can show her, Miss. Always working, always a productive teacher.
Okay.
She needs to get a raise.
This is one of my most memorable spots in this high school because, right here when like there was testing going on and we didn't have testing in this class, we would always play Uno and I was always slamming the cards on the table and I would always be talking to this girl sometimes every time I came over to the
Always
class.
gotta be fighting with somebody.
Oh, that's true. I always was fighting with somebody in this class. But yeah, this was one of my most memorable spots.
Can you pretend that you care?